Hello, everyone.
Hi, good morning.
Welcome to another edition of
Bonding Over Bacon.
So today we were talking about all the new fun things that RISEmpowerment is embarking on. Particularly the Rise Media component of our new business.
Yes. And
we wanted to share with everyone why we decided to go this route with all the other work that we have to do for our clients.
Yeah.
And what's inspired us and where is it going. And some of it is going to be led by the two of us jointly, and other parts are going to be led solely by Chelsea and the work that she has to do. So I figured this would be a great opportunity to share Rise Media. What is it?
What is Rise
Why
Media?
Is it? And what to expect, later this year.
Yes. So thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll get into it.
So when we talk about Rise Media and its association with RISEmpowerment overall, from your perspective, what does Rise Media, stand for as it represents RISEmpowerment?
In my opinion, I think Rise Media, at least the vision for what we're creating and what we started a few years ago with Bonding Over Bacon, is an accessible, easy way to deliver some content, some wisdom, some tidbits of our professional services, and also a chance for you to get to know us, get to know what we're like, get to know our personalities a little bit and what interests us, and give another platform to access us as coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs, web design, and we'll cover like a ton of different topics, but in a more casual, less presentation-y sense.
Yeah.
And we wanted to find new avenues in order to reach people rather than just social media and what we have going on there, but expand that into video and audio and podcasting. Ooh, I just kind of gave it away. There's a little hint. In the media. So there's video and podcasting that we're putting out, the vlog and the podcast.
Yeah.
And see where that takes us. See where that takes the audience and the community around Rise.
Well, when we were building Rise, it really came from a point of, hey, we want to connect with different individuals, different couples, the business owners, and identify what are some of the things that are holding them back from achieving their version of success. And as we were going through our own journey, connecting with different professionals from around the country, we realized that not everyone is ready to, go into the depths of a one-on-one coaching experience.
Yes, it's a big leap from I barely know you or I'm acquainted to I'm going to fully invest my time, energy, and money into your services.
Yeah, there's a lot that someone needs to often go through to get to a place where they're like, I need you. And I need you now.
Although it does happen.
Amazingly.
Most of our business has built rapidly from referral of the clients who've trusted and gotten to know us. Yeah. And our work has spoken for ourselves. And it's been an amazing journey to see how that's blossomed.
1,000%.
But we also want to make what we do accessible to more people.
That's a key.
Yeah.
So that's a key part of how Rise Media has evolved into something that we're really excited about and passionate about. And so there's fun-loving experiences that we get to share with everyone. That's really the Bonding Over Bacon that we are now, a part of and fostering. And, with Bonding Over Bacon, what that really is just it allows us to be our authentic self, connect with you, talk to, those who are listening, and share really what it is about us that may resonate with those who are listening to it.
Yeah. And really demo like what it's like kind of behind the scenes. That's why it's very casual and uncut. So you're going to hear the dog barking and Johnny come over sometimes, or us get distracted in some fashion, because that's life.
It's authentic.
But Johnny's asking us for gum right now. This is life, right? This is life, but this is how we talk on a day-to-day basis based on us and our business ventures and parenting and homeschooling and all the things, our responses to things in the world, how we process things and go through it together. We are each other's biggest champions. And when we're feeling some kind of way, like me getting a tinge of imposter syndrome as I walk through trying to launch a podcast by myself, having you to be like, all right, like walk me through what I'm feeling and let's do this, and me applying all the coaching and all that. It's a good opportunity for us to share some of those moments with you in just a really open way. We want to share with you what resonates with us in the hopes that maybe it resonates with you too. And so that's the impetus of the vlog. We also like to travel a lot with our RV, and you're going to hear us talk about it probably in every episode. I feel like lately it's come up in every episode we've recorded, but we love it. It's our opportunity to get out. You're going to hear so much more about that lifestyle, but you'll also see in our first 5 episodes, we were recording on site when we were at these other locations with the ocean in the background and some really cool spots that we love. So
it stokes our creativity.
It does.
That is for sure.
We always sit there by the beach, as a lot of people do, introspectively or together, and we bond, right? So we find those moments, whether it be bacon or breakfast or beaches or barbells, like that's maybe an upcoming episode, or boxing might be an episode that we do. We were just talking about. We just want to find a way to deliver that content in a digestible, comfortable fashion.
Yeah,
and that's bonding over bacon.
That is the bonding over bacon component of Rise Media that you'll continue to see more of.
Yes.
And, as we think about other ways to connect with not just our clients, but a grander audience that want to perhaps dip their toe in or learn from us, but not commit to multiple hours together, well, that's where we thought of the other thing is creating courses for our clients to take advantage of, especially if they want to do it themselves or go through the process of learning at their own pace, given that life is a wild ride for everyone. And so not everyone is ready or able to commit on a weekly or daily basis based on whatever it is that their goals are. And so by creating some of these courses for people who are interested in achieving, whether it be financial goals, life goals, short-term trauma responses of some form that they're going through, and they just need that extra, support,
like personal
or
development,
guidance.
Some self-healing as a life coach. We want to find those moments that we typically give to within our private client services, and we realize these are great tidbits, pieces of the puzzle that we can break down and explain in a course-like format to make it accessible and affordable for everyone to get coaching, right? Because we're highly effective coaches. That's why we charge what we do, because we give so much to our clients and they make profound changes in their life. And we want that for everyone. And sometimes, like, I was a DIYer. I found information. I learned from people who went before me, and then I applied it. And then I became trained and certified too. But my first leg of my journey was being a DIYer. And that speaks to me. And I know that will speak to many of you. And as I'm a brand builder and web designer, I'm actually going to come out with some courses based on how to enhance and build your brand and how to build your website by yourself, if that's what you want to do. And some key aspects to consider if you're going to try to build your website by yourself, which I love the spirit of the entrepreneur and the DIYer who takes control and does it. That was me. And so I want to create, whether it's a higher ticket private client service where I concierge, bring you through the process, or it's something where you get started in a course and then level up maybe into a group module where you're with a small cohort.
That's another component.
Or, something else we like to bring out in the next year and a half or so. Or the courses that we're working on, which we're hoping to roll out at least a few by summer this year and continue a steady development of those courses over the next year. So those are other facets of the vision that we are working on right now as we're recording these episodes and upping our media presence as well.
Yeah, we're a true believer that everything is figure-outable. So these courses are to support those that do want to figure it out somewhat on their own, but would like to have some kind of guidance at a very economical price that is enough for them to really begin those foundational steps to achieving what it is that they're seeking. Which is great.
And once again, it's either Johnny or it's Stella. Lately, she's been the one.
She's on fire.
Oh my gosh.
She wants to make cameos, that's for sure.
She does.
Likes to do that. And so we have the bonding over bacon component. We have courses that we're creating. We have group coaching that we're going to create as well. I think with that, we can even expand into like sort of like a webinar type jazz thing.
Yeah.
We can do some recordings for those that want, to, if there are some great concepts that were shared, saving that and, allowing others to follow suit. So that's something we can expand in that component. And then the other area that is new, but certainly has been in the works since this one was 5 years old.
Able to speak.
Form
an opinion.
Is a podcast that you are going to be leading called Unpopular Opinions. Unpopular Opinions. Yeah,
I didn't know if I
we
was
tried.
Say it
Yeah,
for
we
you.
tried. I was like, let me just see if we could do this.
See, that's why we're doing Bonding Over Bacon, and I'm doing
right.
Unpopular Opinions. I'm just kidding.
Fair enough. So I'll let you take the lead on this. So
Thanks.
I actually want to learn more about what your thoughts are around Unpopular Opinion podcast, why this feels like the right time to launch it, and hear what your thoughts are on some of the ideas that you have behind the podcast.
Yeah. So, quick story, and you're going to hear more about this in the very first episode of Why the Unpopular Opinion podcast, but I'll tease it out a little bit.
Cool.
As you had just alluded to, 5-year-old me, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever, 30-something-year-old me, is opinionated. Always been opinionated. Always been the outspoken one. And bless and thank my parents and family, and you, of course, for always holding that space for my curiosity. Because really the opinion stems from the thirst to want to know. The thirst to want to find out new things, find out new facts, new knowledge, new wisdom, and apply it. I've always been that way. It served me well as an engineer, serves me really well as an entrepreneur and a coach, and someone who also creates the framework to bring people through the same evolution in their private life or their personal life or their business. And I've just always felt compelled to want to say the quiet things out loud. And I do. In the right setting, you'll always hear me as the contrarian of the group. I don't do groupthink, and I pretty much always go against the grain. It's in my nature to want to be that unique one. Maybe it's part of the Aquarius in me too, the rebellion. Even though I'm not an overtly rebellious person, but I just want to always be that independent, critical thinker. And so that's a little bit of the backstory as to why I created this. But as I became this professional and I'm working with people as a life coach or a business consultant and coach, I realized that it's all about the perspective shift. And that when we can shift our perspective, our life completely changes. And if we do it mindfully and we do it in a supported, guided fashion, it can be really positive and it can be really fast. Like things just start to change. And so while you might hear things you don't agree with, or some things might be a little triggering or like, ooh, like what is she going to say about this? A little intriguing. It's designed to be that. It's designed to be a platform where you hear different things, hopefully. And if you hear the same things, maybe something that you resonate with that you've always felt or you've always thought, but you didn't necessarily say it out loud or feel like it, then hey, you have a belonging in the community, and it resonates with you, and maybe we're like-minded in that fashion. And if we're not, that's okay too. I completely respect a difference of opinion. I have many clients and many people I associate with that they don't always agree with me, but at least we're open to the conversation of a new perspective.
So I think you said that very eloquently, and you answered a lot of the questions that I had.
I just started rolling. I'm sorry. It was like that. Flow state.
You're good at that. I was actually curious to know, now, why now? Like, what's inspiring you to to take action at this particular juncture of, RISEmpowerment's journey and your personal journey?
I think it's a personal milestone, I think, that I've reached in the experience I've had. She is so annoying, just like growling like crazy. Yeah. I think it's a personal milestone, meeting professional. Like, as a professional, I've had a lot of context and wisdom that has helped shift people, and I have like the proof of those moments, and they've happened for my clients. But more so, I have the delivery down. I've been in extremely challenging conversations that you can't lose your cool, and you have to articulate your message without offending or inflaming a situation.
Getting too emotional.
Yeah. And some of those moments were on the spot. I wasn't prepared for. And how did I figure out how to deliver something fairly different or possibly sensitive in a mindful, respectful way? And I've started to master that ability. And I think that with like the realization that a lot of our opinions are deeply held stories keep us stuck, and we're just not happy with where we are. So we have to disrupt that. We have to disrupt that story if we don't want to be that anymore, or we don't want to feel that way, or we don't want to think that way anymore. And so how do we do that delicately with some grace and some wisdom? That's what I'm trying to deliver with the Unpopular Opinion podcast.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. No,
it's another flow state moment.
Deliver it with flair. Yeah.
Disrupt the mindset, but respect where you're at. And see if it's something that you want to evolve with. And if you don't, that's okay too. But if you do, maybe there's some new perspectives or inspiration or motivation for you to shift.
So give us a hint of what listeners can expect as far as certain topics that you have a specific contrarian belief on, or an unpopular opinion on.
Yeah, so I'll list a few that are on the docket for some of the first ones. They are going to be a blend of some business stuff and a lot of life coaching, personal development stuff. So one is everything is a season. Just thinking about life, the perspective of being a season. Another one, stemming from a milestone we've achieved in our marriage, is 10 opinions that I will debunk about marriage. Opinions that maybe I've had or are very common. Okay. And based on our experiences, I'm debunking.
Okay.
Another one is don't rely on social media to build your business.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big one. Those are multiple conversations we're going to have, but there's some immediate perspective shifts we can have in that conversation, which are pretty good tools and good takeaways. Another one is you can recover from perfectionism. That happens a lot with high achieving people. I see it a lot in a lot of the women that I coach. I was that perfectionist that I say that I'm a recovering or a recovered perfectionist. I say that affectionately. So we're going to talk about what that stems from, why it's there, and what we could do to begin to get into recovery from that paralysis that happens with perfectionism.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah. Another one is self-love is not selfish. And what keeps people from doing what's best for them because they think it might be selfish. And there's a lot of different roots that comes from, our upbringing, our religious beliefs, the male-female dynamic. But how can we express love and still be respectful and loving of the people around us and not feel guilty or shameful that we love ourselves?
That is beautiful.
So, some of these are heavy hitting.
That is, the opposite vibe from Bonding Over Bacon, which can be a little all over the place, but that's what I think the audience needs at times.
Yeah. I think you'll be happy to see how the delivery is had, how the conversation is stemmed, what kind of questions we can ask ourselves with the goal of opening new perspectives, giving you some tools and takeaways, and some wisdom to apply in your own life.
Yeah.
And that's
great. I love that.
That's where I'm at.
All right. That's the Unpopular Opinion podcast.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
Part of the Rise Media that will be launched in 2024.
Yes. So, happening very soon.
It's quite the arsenal, and we're up for it because we know that our audience is also up for listening from everything that we've learned,
Yeah.
clearly that we want to share with those that we've either already impacted or those that are interested but kind of want to tippy toe, into it.
And we want to create in reflection of what our audience and our community wants. Yeah. So I've created a couple areas on our website for you to get feedback, for you to offer some subject matter that you'd like us to talk about, things that we can consider to build into some of our media or maybe some of our courses or whatever it is that you feel you want to see. So there's a couple spots on our website to go do that under RISEmpowerment.com, under the Unpopular Opinion page, the podcast, under the Bonding Over Bacon, and there's even a hyperlink to like client feedback. If you've been a client of ours or you've even downloaded a free guide or listened to this and you want to give us feedback on how you feel, rather than if you want to comment publicly, do that as well. But if you'd like to send us something, there's a place for that too. So we want to create in reflection of what the community feels is necessary. She is really distracting.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take her out.
We'll end this for today. But thanks for listening to the vision and what's in the works and what's down the pipeline further. We love to hear from you on some things that you want to hear us deliver. In the meantime, you can go to RISEmpowerment.com, subscribe to the newsletter, where most of our episodes and content will hit there first. Yeah. Before we even get to publicizing it on social media. You can obviously follow us on social media too. Most outlets, we are found at Rise Empowerment. And we thank you for tuning in today. Yeah, hopefully you'll have a great day and a great morning. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.